my goodness gracious. These heroic anthems and their fog are a killer. YouTube, what up? How's it going? Welcome to a late Wednesday stream, but we are here nonetheless. Holidays are over out here, and so I'm back home just in time for that stream. But hey, there's way more going on than I can even keep up with at this point. Thankfully, our resource numbers are going up because, Lord have mercy, we're going to need everything we got for the coming fights. I am spending a little bit of resources on some junk here and there. I think in this account I actually have a boatload of 24-hour shields. Yeah, I don't need more than 6. This is going to be a long stream, maybe? I don't know. We're winging it. We are always winging it. I don't have like a specific plan as to how long it's going to go or how much we're going to do, or I don't know if I enjoy it, if we feel we're all having a good time. Next thing you know, it's been 3 hours and I didn't even notice it. And if we're just getting bored and chat is dead and all that, then in an hour I start getting bored as well, right? Like I live through you guys, so the more there is to do in game and interact with you guys, the better it is. Now, granted, there is stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff to do. We're pushing researches. I got like 1.8 mil. This freaking 1.8 mil crystals to still spend, which I am going to probably speed up a little bit. Oops, that's a minute out the drain. Well, anyway, I'm gonna speed up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna leave a research B because there's no point in having no research going on and just waste a ton of our time, right? A ton of our speed ups. So yeah, for those of you who care to see how I did what I did, the number one thing is starting a stream with a shield. I'm confused. I'm so confused. But anyway, yeah, we obviously got to get this done. It's just you can't get away with it. Personally, because I'm trying to push crystals and I'm trying to push tech and all that, I did go for maxing out treaties and cultural exchange as soon as possible. We also pushed skillful operator and plundering maxed out and just get these things out of the way. Now, it wasn't that important per se, but you really want to wait with your Kahars. You really want to get to, where is it? Where's plundering to here? And once you get this like up there, that's when you want to get Kahars done. There is no point in you using your Kahars unless you like fall on a bastion quest that you have to and you can't and you don't have a choice and you're like, sure, I guess you'll waste a little bit of Kahars on it. Yo, Rev, what up with the $5 super chat? Long time no see, my friend. Glad to see you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's really kind of you. We're doing bastions kind of like it's weird, right? Like I'm not used. I don't remember these anymore, and we got to be careful. There is not that much time before passes open. If I'm not mistaken, it's like a week, right? So in about 6 hours, this ends. We're missing one fortress in this KVK, which is actually extremely weird. And then we got the ruined Crusader fortress, the Crusader fortress opening up at the at this. This is already unlocked at the end of the chapter, and then that at the end of the chapter. So this is 6 hours, then 2 days, I think. Then 2 days, 2 days, and then like in about a week, this will open up and it will be ready to rock and roll. Yes, our bastions are terrible. We got a terrible lineup of dog doo-doo in this KVK, from leading garrison of your own city to like, I guess the archer one is okay. Healing Belisarius is actually fairly nice. I think this is decent too, but I don't have it maxed out. Tiny Rick with a $30 super chat. I haven't seen a drink in a while. Going to need a 2.5 shots from you. You know, the crazy thing is this bottle remains where it's at. We can take a quick shot before we begin. We'll pretend like that was clean. We will pretend like that was clean, right? It's alcohol. It's alcohol. Tiny Rick, thank you for the $30 super chat. God damn, this man is like, okay, well, I haven't drank in a while too. It's holiday season, so why not close out the holiday drinking a little bit. Hopefully not too much though, but we can get a little drink. How you doing, Tiny Rick? How are things in 239? I've been hearing a few things here and there. How are things out there? KVK time, let's go. Cheers, Tiny Rick. Ugh. Ooh. Did I mention how much I dislike Gentleman Jack? This thing is so bad. Just kill. That stuff is nasty. There's something about it. Ugh. Not about. Thanks, Tamir. You too. I just escalated quickly. I know, right? Thank God I already ate dinner, so I'm ready to rock and roll in case we're about to get messed up in here. But yeah, Bastions, all dog doo-doo. All of them. But we got to get them done, and I'll tell you why. Hello from Georgia, not the United States. What up? How's it going? You're closer to me than the United States is. Let me explain to you. If the game would... Zoom out, game. Oh my goodness. Let's just say complicated. Well... Maybe it's time for you to come to 401. Just saying. Not that I even know if we're like recruiting. I think definitely some restructuring going to happen. Yeah, I heard. I've been hearing some things here and there. But that's a good thing, right? Like every kingdom needs a little restructuring going on in their life occasionally. Ooh. Is the game going to zoom out today, or am I just stuck on this view forever? Zooming in, you zoom in, right? But zooming out, you're definitely refusing. Oh my God. I am so tilted. It won't zoom out. Chat. Please, game. I need to zoom out. Oh, these emulators are such a pain in the butt. I'm about to switch to the tablet and call it a day. These emulators are such a pain in the butt. Stupid. Sorry, chat. You guys are not going to see my power and resources again. It's time for y'all to about it on stream. I understand that that's like a hard pill for y'all to swallow, not to see resources and power. Oh my God. Come on. Oh my God, we're not seeing his resources and speed ups and power. Oh no. But yeah, now we can zoom out. We're doing some of these just because, really, and I learned this the hard way on the 401 KVK where I made this mistake. You really want to be doing... Okay, I shouldn't have clicked that. Oh, we good. Thank God. I quick clicked it, which I shouldn't have done. That's okay. That's not the worst quest to take. Because every single... every single level... And guess what? It'll stay... But I'll give it bones. I rather donate bones than anything else. So when we get material stuff, which sucks because apparently it doesn't change. I'm good on that one. It doesn't change. I just keep changing it until we get bones to donate. Oh my God. Sparta, you do know I can show the resources, right? Like if we did this kind of a view, then you can see everything. But what's the point of this? Like this is insignificant. This is like wasteful. So I rather you guys get to see more of like the center mass, which is what matters. I just don't see a reason to have like a sidebar, which is, I mean, again, there are other devices where the sidebar would be much bigger, much thicker, and then you have a little bit more space to do stuff with it, like you see on Chisco stream, like you see on Fleisch's streams and whatnot. But nah, this one's no good. Not for that. All right. Well, I'm assuming we're going this way, considering where CD built. I'm a bit intrigued, though, because CD dropped their fort in the middle of nowhere. I understand that it's to get the Crusader Fortress, but... like, we're so far from everything. It's going to be lots of flags going down the drain just to get to passes and whatnot. And in Rise of Forts, all the resources and materials and crystals to build flags and forts and all that are so important that I don't believe that I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here. I can't care less either. I was like, I'm in CD. But I would have assumed we'd see forts closer to passes and attempts to potentially even use far. So the way Rise of Forts is going to work in the future, and the way you should consider in the future doing what 2070 is doing is the standard play. But reality is all these forts should be theoretically dropped in the future in like Rise of Forts fighting situations. They should really be dropped as closest to the passes as you can to save flags. Make as much territory as you can, but not really waste too much. And then just prepare for fort battles. And all the bastions should be connected with farms, in theory, right? Like, obviously we're going right, all right, AB the Beast. We're not going this way. That I can definitely understand. But, like, this is the standard correct play at this nowadays. But if you ask me what's going to end up changing in the way buildings are going to be laid out, essentially main alliances will no longer populate Zone 4 in the future as much as farm alliances will. 70 going 6v1. I mean, we don't have allies and there's 6 other kingdoms, right? Whether they're allied or not, that's which kingdom's alone against everyone? Us. We are. I feel like I'm in 401 again. Oh my god. Sorry, chat. I have something stuck in my throat and it's pissing me off. From dinner already. Technically a 2v4 v2 1v2 v4. I don't care. What they do is their problem. But I was contacted by one of these kingdoms, which is actually kind of funny. And I mean, I don't know why these guys assumed that, but for some reason they decided that I called everybody noobs. And someone from one of the leaderships from one of these kingdoms, which I'm not going to mention who, got really, really mad about my stream the other day. I was like, I never called anyone a noob. I never said anything bad about anyone. I just said that if they fight each other, it'll be harder for them to fight us. That's it. And I got an earful, so that was fun. That was fun, to say the least. We need to push more. I hate to do that. I need to push more tech, though. We're also building farms all over the place. Have 4 farms growing in 256. A couple of the leaders out there, or this friend of mine was kind enough to lend me some space in one of the farm alliances. So we're building up a bunch of farms now. 2070 you will not see any of them for a while. Obviously we're in KVK, but I'm just like getting as many farms to 16, 17 as I can and just dropping them in 401 right now and then moving them to 2070 once the time comes. So we're building 4 farms, which is slightly wild. Slightly wild, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, in case you guys are interested on seeing, and we're going to open those, you know what, let's open those crystal keys real quick, because I really want to, I love crystal keys. They give me that I'm scratching. I want the lottery to work in my favor. Of course, it never does, but if the itch gets itched, then I'll be very happy, you know what I mean? For now, the itch is still there, so we keep getting these crystal keys and keep opening them and hoping and praying to see a legendary. Especially a legendary blueprint would be very nice, but even a material would be nice at this point. Anything. We picked up 2 epics the other day, so that was very helpful. I'm going to show you all what the next couple days of this account are going to look like, and of course we're going to be streaming some of it. We're going to do a crafting stream in a few days. We have nice 2 blues. That's good. That's half a purple out of a key. We got at least 4 legendaries we're going to be crafting. And hopefully if an event that gives materials pops anytime soon again, Esmeralda destroyed me, by the way, then we're gonna do it. But what I'm liking is at least now, nice, damn, nice, another 2 of these, so that's a purple one. So that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Come on, baby. I definitely do, AB the Beast. I definitely do. Is it a Google account? I would definitely will take those accounts. Hell yeah. But you're not really doing that, right? Because technically we're not, it's not allowed. You're definitely not doing it because it's against terms of service, but let's talk on Discord after. I'm literally building farms out the wazoo. Let's go. That's what we needed. A purple to cheer us up. A leather is very good. Very, very good leather purple, baby. So we got like 2 purples at least from opening these. So that's not bad. But I have yet to see any legendary of any type of anything out of these keys. And I've opened like probably over 400 now, if not more. It's Facebook. Oh boy. Facebook is a little bit more problematic. Heart of the Saint. I'll take ya, baby, because I definitely need to. I think I need another special talent. I need 1 special talent out of that. So easy. Easy peasy. Come on, baby. Last key. Be nice or not. I'm still itching. I'm still itching for that legendary. But oh, right. Yeah, I was just kidding. I figured you were kidding. You're debating. Of course you're debating. Of course you're debating. Legendary equipment with no special talent. 1 blueprint of the same equipment ready to be crafted. Should I refine or not? I would say yes. There's no point. Oh, you can add a Google account. That would be good. Like I can make a quick like generic email and give it to you. Power kills, ranks. Go into the KVK and look yourself. I'm kidding. 1 second. I'll show it to you. You realize though that about to today, everybody and their grandma is going to be asking the same question again and again and again and again, right? Everybody's going to be asking the same question again and again. It's wild. It's like we're not used to it by now. Let's go take a peek. I haven't even looked myself. We don't have gatherers out either. But that's okay. We need to get these bastion quests out of the way. Which one are we doing now? Oh, we're waiting for the training to cool off. But I don't want to wait. Where is Herman available? No, I don't think he is. Nope. So we only have right now Baybars and Pelagius. I'll show you the stats in a sec. Lost Canyon. I already did them today. That blows. I already did them today. I messed up and forgot we have Lost Canyon, so I had to spend some gems in pushing up. And obviously this account is not like fully equipped yet, so we're stuck in the seas. And we did like 9 challenges though, which is good. I would like to get another Eternal Night blueprint this KVK so I can refine mine if I need to. Level 24 mine, waiting till tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. to upgrade to 25 for payday. What payday is that? Young, give me a sec. I'll show you the stats that you want. I just need to make sure we do all these like nuisance little things real quick. Although, you know what? Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now and I can take care of this later. All right, perfect. We'll just do the one. Power. All right, Alliance power. Get to fight 185 again. Again. To buy the bundle. Gotcha. Nice. Oh, you're waiting for your payday. Sorry, I didn't understand what you meant. My bad. That makes sense. That makes sense. I got mine. Sorry, I was like, what payday are we talking about? Yeah, so as you can see, 185 is pretty strong. Pretty strong. It's been a while since I fought 185. So you have kind of the top 10, but there is 12 alliances above 10 billion power. And then there is 16 alliances over 9, which is really, really nice. Jeremy, but that's the right call to make. That's the right call to make. Even if you're missing a little bit of production, that's very much worth the wait for the bundle. If you can't immediately purchase it, then that's a very good call to do that. In Alliance skills, the story is a little bit different. I see 3 of the top 5 being 70. And we have what? 14 above 50 mil. I think like this 4 above 100 mil. But I don't look at this too much. We still don't know like this, if this counts, what kind of kills it counts. But that's kind of wild that you can see all the kill points of our alliance. That's actually really neat. That's actually super neat that you can do that. I wish you could do it on all the alliances. That's actually super cool. Lilith needs to introduce this on all of the kingdoms. So like you have the ability to look at all the kingdoms, all the alliances, things. That's dope. I actually really like that. Those kill stats are trash. I mean... you know, I don't think you there's I forgot which Disney it was. Bambi. I don't know if you ever watched Bambi, but I definitely recommend you to watch Bambi a lot, because there's a saying the bunny tells Bambi, which is, if you don't have anything good to say, you probably shouldn't say anything at all. It's like, I talk down. You want me to go? It's like, I can literally go and tell you, well, those skill stats are trash, and yet your kingdom never showed up for KVK, so congrats on the stats. Like, and then what? This is the point, you know? Like, leave it be, my man. No point in instigating that. New feature, that's sick. I know, right? I kind of really want to ask, out of all the alliances in our kingdom, to do that, to check real quick. Yeah, what up, Mandingo? How are ya? 588 Koreans. I feel like my old kingdom fought them in the past. I think they have at least one. There's also a Korean alliance within 185, which is new to me. Looks like K70 has a lot of fighters or a lot of stat hoarders, either or. We'll find out once the fight starts, right? Again, stats are no good. Stats mean nothing. Activity is everything. And even if you have crap stats or good stats, as long as people show up, that's all that matters. I'm excited to see our kills increase this KVK. We'll see if that actually happens. You know, I prefer to not speak before the actions. You know what I mean? I do believe that our kill counts are going to go up massively, but you never know. You never know. At this point, I've seen everything. So I'm cautiously optimistic. But I'd rather not just go out there and straight smack talk. For the record, speaking of smack talk, can we talk about Lost Kingdom chat for a second? What really pisses me off, and for every 2070 player in this chat, this is straight at you guys too. I don't understand people's inability to self-control to not go into Lost Kingdom chat. We have learned by now that the number one thing your opposition does is, as soon as you type in Lost Kingdom chat, they report you by the millions. The next thing you know, you're muted. Why? Because you said hi in Lost Kingdom chat, and some twats that are against you don't really want to have a fight. They're looking for every loophole possible on earth to mess you up. Lost Kingdom chat is hilarious. Do you know what's even more hilarious, AB the Beast? When you're not going to be able to talk all war long. So I'm like... it's like, it's hilarious today. Then you get muted for the rest of KVK. You can't talk war. You can't talk Lost Kingdom chat. You can't say hi in chat. And then what? For those 2 minutes of haha, I haha'd in Lost Kingdom chat. I don't know, man. I haven't even looked at Lost Kingdom chat yet. And I don't want to. Because what people are doing is literally... reporting is 1v6 feasible for 2070? It isn't. It is feasible in the current situation, which is technically a 1v2 v4. The 6 of them are not together, and so If they do what I am predicting they're going to do, and they're going to skip us. Nice. They're going to skip us to then fight each other first, and then after that fight us, then I don't think that they're going to have an easy time against 2070. I think they're going to have actually a very hard time. Because, believe it or not, it's like... One second, I'll show you what I mean. And I'll say, well, just let me get these marches out and get a barbarian, and I'll explain. Up until this point, every single one of these kingdoms has been in a type of KVK where you must win your zone or else you're done with KVK. In Light versus Darkness, you had to win Kingsland. If you don't win Kingsland, then coming back into Kingsland happens as very, very infrequently. It happened in the past. 239 did it in the past, but it's extremely rare that a kingdom manages to get back into Kingsland once they get out. KVK Season 1, you get locked in Zone 4, you're done. You don't win Zone 5, you're done. KVK Season 2, you don't win that zone, you're done. In this KVK, in the Season of Conquest in general, the attitude is completely different. The zones will remain open for a very long time, and losing the initial encounter in a zone doesn't mean that that zone cannot be up for contest at any point, at any time throughout the remainder of KVK. Even if we push them back all the way to their gates, the moment we divert ourselves to Zone 6, they can push out to Zone 5. And so with every single KVK being, we have to win this zone no matter what, the mentality of majority of the people that are going to be in this KVK is they're going to put pretty much a ton of emphasis on this, which is Zone 5. And this is why I'm saying that if our enemies fight each other in Zone 5, they will probably waste at least 60%, if not more, of their overall, like, everything on this zone. And that doesn't necessarily mean 185, because 185, for example, can have the gas to get rid of all their opposition, right? But that opposition that they got rid of will not have as much gas left in the tank at the very end. If they skip us like I think they're going to, then we're going to get a Zone 5 pretty much for free, and we're going to stay in Zone 6 for a while, and when Zone 6 fights, we're going to be 100% on the tank, and the team that's for kingdoms will probably be like 70% of their tank, and then the kingdom that has the group that has two kingdoms will have like 40% of their tank remaining, and then they're going to be fighting each other while also fighting us. So it's a very, very, very hard thing to do, which is why I'm saying if they are going to fight each other, the likelihood of 2070 winning this KVK goes up drastically. If 2070 fights 6 kingdoms with full tank of gas, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very, very, very hard. And it's not because there isn't people in 2070. It's because even if 2070 has 4 times the amount of people, more likely than not, we have downtimes and uptimes, and they have 6 kingdoms, which means all they need is for 1 or 2 of those kingdoms to have an uptime while our downtime is going on, and they can cause a lot of issues, and then the other kingdoms fight us on our uptime, and it's just poof. And so it's going to be a really interesting dynamic. It's also why I am defogging like all the way into their side, and then I'm going to try to defog all of the outside layer before the Zone 5 opens, because I want to see how this evolves. Again, if these guys go all out on Zone 5, yeah. K75 pushed back. I didn't say no one has ever done it. I've said it's very rare that it happens. It is very rare that it happens, that a kingdom manages to push its way after getting pushed out. It is possible, and it does happen. It's very infrequent. More often than not, when you're pushed out, you're fairly done. Cat's out of the bag in what sense? I haven't said a word in my fighting account, because that's, I guess. What's your opinion on a D kingdom for a low to mid spender? I don't think you should look at a... It depends on what you're trying to do, right? Any kingdom is a good kingdom. There is no kingdom that is... There is no king, a D or a C or a B. That doesn't mean much, right? You can go into an A kingdom as a mid to low spender with enough farms to help with resources and whatnot. Goodbye, Barcon. You can go find another streamer to go watch. What up, Scarface? I don't really agree. 415 had the same zone for free, as you said, but still crashed in Kingsland. 415 never showed up. I hate that you guys keep bringing up 415, 916, and 846. For the love of God, 916 and 415 combined didn't have 50% of the activity that 846 did. Are you guys nuts? I hate it's wild. People keep comparing 846 with 916 and 415. I am sorry, but that KVK, it's no disrespect to 846. 846 is massive, but that KVK was a proof of bad, that it was bad on 916 and 415 more than it was a credit to 846. This doesn't mean that 846 is not insane. They are, but they did not fight. They fought two kingdoms that you guys literally, the only reason you guys know them is Legend Ronnie, Dragothian. Nobody would have paid attention to 916 or to 415 if either of these guys weren't there. And if either of them, 415 never spoke a single word, right? Never spoke a single word. 916, there was a little bit of chest beating happening there, but they both found themselves pretty much not fighting compared to 846. 846 showed up in full swing mode. In full swing. And neither 916 nor 415 did. So I wouldn't say 415 or 916 deserve any like comparison. When is 401 dropping Imperium? Good question. I believe we have maybe after Arc this week, we got some power drops going on. I don't know. I've not been keeping up. I've been on this account. As I mentioned, once that KVK ends, we switch. 401 is a dead kingdom, like your mom, Gabe. Same with Laguna's 846. What you think about it? Just be a better build kingdom. It is a better built kingdom. It has more activity. It has more everything. It has more everything. 916 is not dying. 916 is going to build back up. 415 is dying. That's for sure. But 916 will rebuild. You think you can handle 3 camps? Good question. We'll find out. Gabe. Relax, Gabe. All's good. It's a joke, chat. Chill. Relax. I'm joking. I don't really care for the people who say 401 is dead. I hope you guys think 401 is dead, by the way. I hope you think 401 is dead. Because when 401 shows up, I'm gonna show you exactly what we're made out of. Or not. But I don't think 401 is dead. It's a joke. Relax. Relax, chat. Relax. Sheesh. Like your mom. I hope your mom's not dead, Gabe. That would have been really mean. Itayok. Oy vey. Like your mom? No. 831 won against 2 Imperiums. Last KVK, our activity. I mean, again, Mandingo, you're a good proof of that. 401 squad is like top news everywhere. I don't know why. I don't know why people keep doing that. Nobody is... I don't know if it comes from us. I hope not. Sheesh. You don't know that, AB the Beast. You don't know that. You don't want to end up like them. Remember, you haven't even seen your kingdom fight yet. It'll be a little embarrassing if you talk the talk, but then the kingdom doesn't walk the walk. $254 or $846 right now? Oh, $846 by miles. By miles. $846 by miles. Do. VIP 16, yeah. Kind of sad, right? There's a lot more sad things about this account, you know, like the fact that it's not even full T5, or the fact that it's not even full 100% like buildings and stuff like that. It's this account was never like, I never finished building it. Yeah, and a lot is in 916, or was at least. Like, man, everybody talking the talk. So who are you fighting in zone 5? We will be I will be at least, or well, it depends, right? We can obviously always hop alliances, but the alliance I am currently in is going to go up to the top side, and that would mean we are fighting the folks in 2060 and 780, which is cool because I know a few people in 2060. Do. Yeah, Nilat, I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that. Slow down. Hi. Do. Do. Where are you? Baybars. Can I refresh you? I ain't trading no troops right now. Gather 3 runes. Oh, well, there goes the tablet. That blows. Charger. One sec, chat. While this loads. Oh, you guys reminded me I need to buy a bunch of 35 volt chargers, fast chargers. I forgot to order them. I'll order them on Amazon after the stream. You left because a lot of people didn't show up? Oh, I thought you're still there. That's why I made the remark about your kingdom and a lot, because I thought you're still in 916. Nico, thank you for subscribing. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Water versus wind and fire versus earth. Well, we definitely know they're not going down, right? Yeah, they wouldn't go. At earth, really, earth are kind of screwed. Earth are going to get locked in. Maybe, right? Earth are going to have the tough task. That kind of blows for them. What's my thought, my opinion about Dirty Dan? Trash talked about. I mean, Banter is nice. Banter is nice. He has a goal of zeroing me, which is kind of hilariously funny. It's hilariously funny. But I mean, I like him. But you know, again, I'm the kind of person that says it all the time. You want to talk the talk, you got to also walk the walk. If you can't walk the walk, then you shouldn't talk the talk. We'll see if he can walk the walk too. Because talk the talk, he definitely can. But he's a nice guy. I'm hoping to maybe potentially like do something on a stream with him where like if we don't fight them or something, I'll have me and him chilling in Discord and stream both of our perspectives and kind of just kick it. That'd be cool. I've always been the guy that like it or not, like loves to push the newer creators or the smaller creators up. So that's fine. Let them talk. Again, I don't care that people are people who can walk the walk, talk the talk too. You know what I'm saying? The problem is when people talk the talk but don't walk the walk. That's the only problem. Because then it's just a waste of everyone's time, right? And I expect the same out of 2070 for the record. You're saying Earth will be locked? I mean, I'm not saying that Earth... I don't know if Earth will be locked. It really depends, right? It depends on whether it's, I think, fire it is. That one says, should I want to have a play with them? Gecko, in some ways, that's backfired. Cough. Sad cough. Oh, Lord. We don't need that. So, it all depends, right? We're going to look at the map here real quick, or we can look at a better version of the map. I just want to write these down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Really. Look. All right. Let's play this game. Let's play the what if game, just for the fun of it. Okay, we're going to play the what if, just for the sakes of conversation, because I find this extremely funny, okay? But for that... Chat, is there a way to see the map in bigger if it's without having to go back home? Because if I go back home and I then click on coming into the map again, that it'll show me the map in big, right? Is there a way for me to see that map without going home and coming back? Oh, you're allied with Wayne. Okay. Sorry. I didn't... So, who's allied with who? My bad. I'm Mendingo. My bad. I read wrong what AB the Beast said. So, sorry. I'm not... Again, I don't know. I'm asking. Okay? I don't want to make this analysis without being wrong. Earth and wind are together. Who is with who? I have no clue who's allied with who. I thought it was these two against this and against that. Am I wrong? No, that sucks. I'll have to live with it. Wind and earth. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, in that case, then earth is not going to get locked in. No. Wind is going to push out this way to have some fun. And probably water is going to get locked in then. Water is going to get locked in. Oh, sorry, chat. My bad. I thought it was this against this and that. So it's this against this and that. So water is going to get locked in. Water is definitely going to get... I mean, not definitely, but they probably will, right? This will be a fight this way and a fight that way, right? If these guys lose, they're going to come this way. If these guys win, then we're just going to go this way. Okay? If these guys win this way, then there is a chance where wind decides to be nice and give water this, right? So either way, it's again, and there is a likelihood where they both lock us in, right? There is a possibility of that. If we win either zones, then it all depends on whether wind wants to give water a zone or not. If we lose both zones, then we are going to be zone 5-less, essentially. But for earth and wind, these fights are more fun than anything else. They can always revert this way and build correctly so that they can have all the bastions and everything they need out of this. And the only thing they would technically, in theory, maybe compromise on if they chose to, not that they have to, and I gotta be very careful with my words or else you guys are going to chew me out for every wrong word. They would give up on like 10% march speed. And that's like worst case scenario. One of them would give up on 10% march speed. And that's technically worst case scenario. Yeah, we'll go against water. See, so that's what I'm saying. So water is going to get screwed either way because they have either 185 to contend with, a big Imperium on the right, or 2070 up top. So that's going to be... Yeah, that's going to be sad. gonna be sad. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So like you lock them out of that, and then water is gonna come out to zone 6, but then it all depends on how much water tries to fight essentially for a zone 5. It's gonna be interesting. There's a lot of possibilities that can happen here. Lots of possibilities. This is actually very exciting. It's actually a very fun KVK that's gonna be had in here. I think that 2070 can handle themselves to get a zone 5. And I think that if Earth become a problem, then water will be the next, like, worst thing, right? You want your YSG Bastion, you're going to deal with it. I mean, as long as you grab it for 2 days, as long as you have access to it for 2 days, you get the skill, and then you can bail on the Bastion, right? So it doesn't really matter if you grab this one or you grab that one or whichever one you have, as long as you have access for it for 2 days, 2.5 days, and you're good to go. Nobody's disrespecting anyone, though. My goodness gracious. Nico, are you the guy? Are you the guy who messaged me? Nobody disrespected anyone. When have I said anything bad about any of these kingdoms? I'm baffled by the fact that if I don't say good things, it means I say bad things. It's like people have become a bit soft lately. What up, Dirty Dan Gaming? How are you? We were just talking about you. We were just talking about you. Chat, in case you guys don't know, right? And I'm sure most of you know. But in case you guys don't know, this man right here, Dirty Dan Gaming, he's a Rise of Kingdoms content creator. He's fairly new. It's like 31 videos up so far. Yeah, I want to go see this KVK from a different perspective. Go check out his channel. Hit that subscribe while you're at it. We can push him up to like 200 subs easy, right? Probably even make it further than that. But yeah, check him out. New content creator, newer content creator. Let's bring him up a little bit. Why didn't 254 invite me with Redline's group? Well, primarily there's 2 reasons. The primary one is that I'm not welcome there. That's pretty much that. The second one is that there was a little bit of smash talk that happened from inside, but I don't want to rekindle that. The bottom line is I wasn't invited. It's okay. Low key, I wouldn't have gone either way. I like 401. I like Dead Kingdoms. I prefer them. Just stream the fights, don't skip. What are you talking about? Yeah, it is what it is. Not. I'm not too upset about it. I'm a little bit more sad for my man Red than anything else. I haven't spoken to him in some time. Why would I leave 401? I don't want to leave 401. Everyone has a dream of zeroing a YouTuber. I know, right? It's wild. It is wild. And people think like, well, with the exception of Swagger, because he definitely paid in 88 with a $10 super chat. Luck 2070, the kingdom that never sleeps. I don't know about all that, but definitely a kingdom that says I wake up every time I'm awake, they're awake. It's wild. People. Yeah, Titch. I'm more than likely gonna stream your level 7 pass tomorrow. Yeah, why not? Anyone else notice Mo is in 780? Who's Mo? What am I missing? What up, Dus? That RSS looking a little light. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's a struggle. This KVK is gonna suck just because of that. But we're building farms. We are building farms, so I can have some farms in 2070. It's just I can't migrate anything into this this kingdom anymore, which is a pretty big bummer. I have 2 farms. One that I had here that I actually tried to join a farm alliance and I got denied, which was actually hilarious. So I'm building it in like a random alliance right now. But my strongest farm is here. Not that it helps. It has 5 marches and tons of T4s, but it's not City Hall 25, so it can't do much anyway. Nothing I can do about it. Not enough time to essentially place myself correctly. Are there runes to place myself the right way in 2070? Not enough time. I don't buy resources, so I can't be doing that. And I have 1 farm. After this KVK, once I'm done building my farms throughout the KVK, I'm probably going to migrate like 5-6 farms at least in here. And that should make life a little bit easier. Again, we don't know if 2070 will last the KVK, right? You never know what happens, but I didn't have enough farms ready to rock and roll to come with me ahead of time. So 2070 never fought a kingdom that fights back. I agree. I agree, which is why I'm saying, like, you guys, the crazy thing, right, is I want any of you to find any time where I said 2070 is absolutely 100%, 1,000,000% going to destroy this KVK because we're the best, because we're the most active. We never said that. We don't know what's going to happen in 2070. 2070 might literally be a 916 all over again. We don't know this yet. When I asked a couple of leaders about like the decisions, a couple of them told me something that made a lot of sense, and that's exactly what you guys are saying. Is like this kingdom is unproven, and so the only way to figure out what's going on in this kingdom is to push it to the limit. And I think that's a very good call. Because either we're going to get pooped on in this KVK and then we will know that massive changes need to happen and this kingdom is not exactly what it looks like. Or, I never said we would destroy everything. I said that if they fight each other, we will more than likely win this. Because they won't have gas to keep going. I never said that 2070 is like this supreme place. It's an untested kingdom. It's also why I came here. By the way. I knew a bunch of people here. And on top of that, I wanted to see what a kingdom that thinks it is a top tier kingdom looks like while it's facing its first big hurdle. That was my my number one like thing that I wanted to experience that is different than I've had before. Yeah, I mean, again, it's not a matter of organization, right, AB the Beast? At the end of the day, you guys can be the most amazingly well-coordinated alliance in the world, but if only 40% people out of 155 show up to fight, then it doesn't matter, right? Not a full 1v6, 1v2, v4. Yep, something like that. You don't really know how that's going to end up being, right? As of right now, that's what it is. Where will I migrate once, now that 401 has collapsed? To your mom's house. "100% looking forward to this KPK." I agree. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna keep doing the your mom jokes because I find them hilariously funny. It's like I'm chuckling inside. Yeah, exactly. Titan of Stars is exactly why I'm here. A man that I've never spoken to, not seen at all, and barely knew who he was until you guys told me about him in chat the other day. If you want an answer as to exactly why I'm here, one of the main reasons is AB the Beast. I've known him for a while. He's led a lot of kingdoms for better or worse, and I figured it's time to see what he does. Exactly, Icarus. I like what you just said. The fact that there was no fighting in KPK3 is the worrying for 2070. You don't see... Exactly. I agree. It's exactly why I think that this is that I said it's an unproven kingdom, right? There has to be tons of people here who log in on the daily kind of thing, but are not passionate about the game anymore and won't show up at night and won't play the extra hours and won't put in the extra effort and all that kind of stuff. That's 1,000,000% going to happen. That's not even a question. That's a fact that that's going to happen, that there is plenty of dead weight here. Is it that much dead weight or a little dead weight? That's only an actual proper KVK can tell. And it's why they're doing what they're doing. You guess 2070 is similar to 2K in that way, but 2070 has worse odds than us for this KVK. Yeah, I told you the same thing. I told you guys that you guys are going to go up against you guys are an unproven kingdom, which is why initially I thought you guys are not going to make it, but you guys proved yourselves as a good kingdom, Riff. And you guys learned about yourselves a lot more than anything else. Any crafting on your alt? Oh yeah, Sim. We're gonna... By the way, I reinforced your city as much as I could today, but freaking Skax and Dijon were having a little bit of a rough time, so I had to bail on you. And I saw that you survived at the end. $2074 sure has some dead weight. The question is how much. We will see. I agree. Hit the like, guys, or I roast more accounts in 2070. I mean, the more you roast them, the funner it's going to be to look at your face when we suck the life out of you and you get locked into your zone and trying to explain yourself as to why you talk the talk but didn't walk the walk, right? Oh, that's a nice one to close this. Although not amazing crystals, but whatever. Nice. We can start with this first thing tomorrow. That's actually very, very useful. A little bit of trash. Titan saved 4 million gems and 2.5k heads for a legendary tavern. Good for him. I was like, maybe one day I'll get to play games like this at that kind of a level. Or it's like you have stupid money, so you don't really care about anything. Maybe one day. For now, we play with what we can. Yeah, DJ, at some point I realized that you're like full infantry and you have good gear, so you should be okay. At some point I realized that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go help Dijon instead. And freaking Skax almost died on me. I had to waste the TP to TP right next to her or else things would have been bad. I actually messed up. One of my marches accidentally died and it re-healed the whole Shadow Legion and it almost burned her. That was kind of funny. Don't tell her that though. I don't think she noticed. I don't think she noticed. I hope she didn't. 401 is a super dead kingdom. I agree. I agree. Mega dead kingdom. I think I can push you still. What do we do? What do we do? 23. I CBA to do that right now. And we're gonna buy tomorrow Conqueror's Will again. Already picked up Conqueror's Will today. We don't have that much more to push. Honor points. There you go. I see siege unit in Sunset Canyon. Even they can put full infantry unit. I'm guessing it's on like a Ethelfled or something like that, where they need to have 3 types of troops, and for some reason they choose to put sieges. And sieges also slow down your march speed, so the collision of marches is a little bit different. Not that I think that really matters per se. As an infantry player, we don't have infantry bastion, thank God. That would have made life a lot harder. Look who's in the top, dark chocolate. I mean, people are going wild. I told you, it's Tarek. I will try and hopefully, I mean, I'm gonna have to talk to some people in 2060 or something and kind of like make a deal with them or something so if our 1KE happens. I really want to try to get Pakal on this account because we're gonna expertise Herald, and then Herald is gonna be Pakal Herald is gonna be very, very nice. So I'm saving up all my AP, all my bagged resources, all my speed ups, everything that I don't really have to use for Pakal MG. And then when we get Pakal, then the rest is gonna go out for KV for fighting. Who is Godfather in 5? Oh yeah, the guy who burned a ton of sieges on him. Do you think we will see it? Probably not. I mean, even if we do, like those encounters are not really as exciting, right? Like, okay, so Bunny is gonna rally and Godfather is gonna garrison. Like, whoop-de-doo. I learned that during the Baba versus Maverick KVK, where it's essentially like, what do you expect them to do? 5v5 each other on the field nonstop? Like, it'll never happen type of thing, right? So, will we see Bunny rally? Yeah. Will we see Godfather rally? Yeah. Will we see Godfather garrison? Or maybe if he has garrison equipment. Will we see Bunny garrison? Maybe if he has garrison equipment. But they're not really going to go at it, per se. I don't think so, at least. I'm curious what's going to happen with that KVK. 54 versus 846 or 556 won't happen. Nope. That's for sure not going to happen. That I could tell you is not going to happen like weeks ago. Weeks ago, I could tell you that's not going to happen. I got to work on KE. That's this account never saw KVK. I don't know if you guys are aware of the fact that this account never saw KVK. Like, this account saw one Lost Kingdom, Light versus Darkness, Kingsland, where we got locked out of Kingsland within 10 minutes. All of this came from 10 minutes fighting from outside Kingsland through the pass, rallying flags, and then giving up essentially in 541. Like, this account never saw fights at all. At all. This, all of this and all of that came from one KVK and about 20-30 minutes. I won't say 10 minutes. 20-30 minutes of fighting. And then we got locked in, and then 541 gave up, and that was that. That's all this account has ever seen. It's never seen a KVK. 541, I remember that. Titch, you were there. You can back me up a little bit on what I just said. You remember that Light versus Darkness? That was a horrible, horrible thing. What do I push? See you later, beast. What I... End of the day, skillful operator is the most important. That... $846 did not put their name in the hat, Gabe. I was in 543 for that. It was a joke. KVK is true. Yep. Yeah, you dragged me there. I know. 2v1v1 camps wise. Yep. It'll be fun. I agree. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Tarek. That's probably the worst KVK I ever had. I agree. What about K2? Even in K2, we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. I literally won KVK. Nobody fought us, and we got like maybe like 7 million points of kills or something like that in one KVK. Nobody fought us. The first time Heroic Anthem came out, it was 8 kingdoms and nobody wanted to fight us. I don't remember if you remember that. We ended up killing, like, dueling each other for the fun of it. And the KVK after that, I was already done with Kingdom 2, so I didn't even bother fighting or doing anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. The moment I was told we are not pushing because Governor is asleep, so we're only going to defend until he wakes up, I was like, screw this. They're asleep. Governor is asleep, but they're asleep too. Let's push. No, 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 no. We need our top rally leaders. We need our top to push. I'm like, homie, I'd rather lose 200k extra troops but win this freaking fight than sit here and wait for Governor to wake up. And I'm like, no, 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 no. That's the one thing about K2 that's the main reason I left K2, because K2 was run on the old way the Chinese servers used to be run, is like only the tip of the spear rallies, only the tip of the spear garrisons. If the number one players for any role are not awake, then we don't do anything, not to waste troops. I'm like, bro, our enemies are asleep. We don't need Governor's rallies. We can use anyone else's rallies that even has epic equipment. It doesn't matter. They're asleep. No, 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 no. We don't waste troops. I was like, yeah, you guys go have fun. And I checked out of that KVK. I was like, couldn't be bothered anymore. And also, up until this KVK, I did not push tech. This is the first time I'm pushing tech. So again, I'm not giving you any excuses. This account is definitely under... I mean, I can show you more. Like, look. Hospital 22, Hospital 22, Hospital 22. You want to see the resource buildings? Resource buildings. None of them, not even one is level 25. Not a single one of them. At least all of them are 20 and above. This account, you guys are thinking of this account like it's a top tier godly account. It really isn't. It really isn't. This account is like not even full tech yet. It's not even full tech yet. We're just now closing this, and look, there's still all of this to do. This has been running for like 30 plus days now. LVD and all the buildup, and then we lose in 30 minutes. I agree. This account was very quickly pushed to T5s, very quickly Zenith of powered. Why your hospitals are not full? Do you see the resources on this account, Icarus? Do you see the resources on this account? This account was a 26 million power account, which got pushed to 52 to win the Mightiest Governor to get a Tel Takeda unlocked before Crystal Researches were a thing. Because if there wasn't Crystal Researches, to this day, a Tel Takeda can do extremely well with this. Okay? And Proct Ring. So I said, I want a Tel Takeda. I'm going to push T5 infantry, cavalry. I'm just going to get a Tel Takeda, go have fun. Then I'm going to get Guan Alex, get infantry, go have fun. Now I want to get Pakal and Herald. We're going to use Charles Martel and Herald. We spun for Herald 3 times 184. So Herald is like 5'5", I think. I think he's 5'5". Like he's all spread out, right? But it's like 5'5", 1'1". So is it full T5 free to play account? No. But it was inactive for like 6 months. I didn't log into it at all. And it was like specifically get a Tel Takeda, go have fun on the open field with cavalry. Then get any... I call it the fun account. The whole point of the fun account is to have as many like killing machine as I can have. And so we got this. And that's that. You need to adjust your gear set a bit. You don't gotta tell me. You don't gotta tell me. And look at that. This and that is all we got on this account. It's not a top tier account yet. It needs time. It needs materials. It needs time. It needs money. And I'm spending on it slowly and steadily. Now I've stopped. It's not that I stopped. I was buying stuff on 401, but I'm going to be spending here more than I'm spending there. It'll eventually get there. It looks like my alt account. Makes sense. It's my alt account. That makes sense. I could be building right now, but I don't have the resources to do so. You need health gear. I'll agree to disagree with you on that one. Stacking too much health on cavalry is not as good as having some health, but also some attack. The grind is real, yeah. I focused a lot. There is some health in here, not enough. Not enough. This is like full-blown attack. I think this is defense. And this one's the only one health. But this one's defense too, and then this had to remain for health. You got a special talent, a bunch of this stuff. Like, we can special talent all this. There's so much work to do. So much work to do. But it's still enough to have a lot of fun with it. That's all I care for. It has the troops. You'll field fight against Attila. I mean, we always field fight against Attila. It's nothing new. But in here, we're gonna push Attila Takeda out. We're gonna have Alex, Guan Alex. We're gonna have Saladin William and Charles Martel Harold. So those are four very strong open field marches to get the kills and get the damage done. That's the number one goal here, really, is just to have fun with it. It's not a specialized on anything. It's a fun account. And one day, when it hits VIP 17, which it hasn't yet, I don't know if you noticed, upgrade your hospital, you'll get 1% extra health. Itachi, that will cost about 200 million of each resource per. How do you want me to push hospitals when I don't have resources to even fight? I don't, it's like, it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't compute. It's like, I'm going to repeat it again and again, but there's not enough resources on this account to do everything that needs to be done to bring it to tippity top shape. Once we have more farms in wherever, it never had farms around it either. It always had one farm with it. I never really had like, I never had a cluster of farms at all. Like the most, for 3 years, I had, I think, tops 4 farms. Maybe 4 farms, tops. And out of them, most of the time, they weren't active. I was always low on resources. Always. 3 years later, I'm building like a small colony, which will make it a lot easier. Yes. It's gonna take time. Go for XY. I don't really have anything to pair XY with. That's the problem. I want to go for XY, but I don't really have anything to pair XY with. William? And then I lose Saladin. XY Chandra would be nice, but I would need to get both of them when I don't have any investment in either of them. So I need to either stop what I'm doing to heavily invest on this and on that, which I don't even have unlocked. Or I can keep going with what I've already invested in, and with one commander, Harold, we have another good infantry march available. XY Chandra would be fantastic. I wish I had the ability to get them, but I don't right now. I don't see myself being able to even win a Chandra Mightiest Governor anytime soon. So getting XY would be really pointless. I'm probably going to spin the wheel just to spin the wheel to get a little bit more, but as you can see, we're limited on what we do. Not really about spending, Hanifi. It's about how many farms you're willing to employ. That's the bottom line. By the way, chat, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to drop a like on it and subscribe down below if you haven't done that yet. To be a rally leader, you need equipment. I mean, I was a rally leader until this whole debacle of Crystal Tech came to life. You're again, Itachi, thinking as the tip of the spear. I don't want to be the tip of the spear because I don't spend enough to be the tip of the spear. I don't mind being a secondary or tertiary rally. That's completely fine. You'll still find what to do. Get out of that mindset that being a rally leader means you have to be the best of the best that no one's ever was. Because you don't have enough of those in a kingdom, period. No matter what kind of a kingdom you are. And eventually someone with good enough equipment will end up rallying. And so the quicker you realize that, the easier it is for you to understand that you don't have to be the very best to rally. Why not Saladin Ethel and XY William? That's also an option. Potentially the next guy after we get Herald. I want to get Pakal because I really want to get Pakal Herald on the field. That thing is just like a kill machine. That's really what I'm looking for. And then go for XY. For me, this account needs to be like I'm gearing it up to be a kill machine so that the marches are just stupendously good at just getting kills. That's what I'm looking for. So that's why I'm making gear, and that's why I'm making like Atzel Takeda, Guan Alex, Pakal Herald. Like you put those 3 on the field, and you're guaranteed positive trades no matter T4s against T5s, equipment versus no equipment, tech against no tech. You're still gonna end up with either equal or positive trades. Like Pakal Herald with good tech and good gear, just getting swarmed does insane trades. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for as easier as trades as I can find. And I don't expect to be the #1 rally anywhere I go, just like I don't expect to be the #1 garrison anywhere I go on the big accounts. I'm not Chiskel, I'm not Dragothian, I'm not Ronnie. You guys are comparing me to other content creators, and that's the issue here. Like, Chiskel is the tip of the spear for Garrison, for rallying, for everything in his kingdom. That's completely fine. Drago is too. That's completely fine. Ronnie was too. That's completely fine. I've never been a top tier player. Never have I actually hid away from it. Like, I don't spend enough. I don't spend enough. Could I have spent enough? Maybe. Should I have spent enough? More? Probably. In hindsight, I should have probably spent more throughout the beginning of my time in Rise of Kingdoms. For like a year, I hadn't spent more than $200, $300. While both Drago and Chiskel were on 5 digits on their first year in Rise of Kingdoms, so. But I've never shied away from saying it either. I've always aimed to be like a secondary, tertiary level player. Because even those get stuff to do. Yeah, don't need to be top tier. I agree. I have Moneymoto, CC, Attila Takeda, Max, and Saladin 551 as my cabs. Should I get William? Yes. Yes, you should. No Genghis Khan, please. I only pay $5 on scrolls and $10 on gem supply. I enjoy the game just fine. Completely agree with you, SKO. But you're not making videos and you're not making content. And what people expect is that the content creators are the ones who spend tons and tons of money. Even though the vast majority are free to play to low spender players, they like expect that that the content creators will be like big spenders. JWM fed you? Yeah, I agree. You sound very, very, very jealous, Sade. Looks like you have some internal anger. What up, Lolo? How are you, Lojack? I haven't seen you in a while. How are your streams going? Max Tech Pakal Herald is nasty. I managed to get 1 million kills just from one altar. Yeah, I know. I know. I watched Easy get like 600k kills with getting swarmed all over the place in RKVK. It was wild. What do you think about the events are giving crystal keys? It kind of sucks, one. I'm not going to lie to you. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, like, there comes a time where majority of the players are just going to be stacking purple chests without, like, even this account that's barely active, that was barely active, already has, like, look. So not jealous. I was once there and they fed me also. Sad they get hate. I mean, it is what it is. People find a reason to hate for no just to project their own insecurities and their own negativity and their own like self-pity on others. So every time someone hates, it means that you're doing something good. It means you're doing something so good that they feel the need to project on you all their like hate and all their failures and all their inability to be who they want to be happy. Because people who are happy don't go out there and just trash talk others. They're happy with good things in their life. They're not happy by projecting crap on others. And I'm not saying that as someone who is extremely happy and therefore doesn't occasionally project on others, right? I'm not like superior in any shape or form. All right, well, I don't see a reason why I need to keep going deeper into their fortress like I care any less which way they go. I do want to start making my way down this way, though. So I'm going to reroute you guys this way. Oh. What up, Proto? Y'all don't get it twisted. He brings the positive vibes to the community. I try as much as possible. Sometimes, though, we also got a little bit of salt in us as well. It happens. Yo, what up, Dan? Unknown? I'm doing good, brother. How are you? How are things? I think the niche of content you put out is interesting, is needed. The secondary players need representation too. I think so too. I think so too. What up, Abby? Not necessarily everybody agrees, because when people watch a creator, especially in games, it's a 1v6 confirmed, it's a 1v2v4 technically. When people watch like creators, what they're expecting is essentially they're trying to see something that they cannot be type of thing. That's usually what they're mostly attracted to. If someone who's a better, bigger, stronger player usually looks up rather than what would be technically looking down, even though it's not looking down. So the vast majority of people who watch content creators are essentially looking at what they would like to be but cannot be there, or like whatever the heck it is. It's why being a free-to-play content creator is extremely tough, and it eventually wears people down, right? Because at the end of the day, if I put a title, buying out the shop, we're going to get tons more people in here than, hey, I'm collecting barbs for resources, you know? Crafting legendaries out the wazoo. Everybody comes in to see that. They want to watch the crafting legendaries. They don't care for you to craft your purples. It's how it is. I also watch content creators of other games and other things that play and do things that I can't do. Leroy, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Do. YOLO. I CBA to keep holding on to these. Nice. We actually needed those. 52 hours of speed. Lol. Now we're gonna get Ruined Crusader Fortress opening very soon, and then we'll get some good stuff out of there. Who's free to play the content creator? I forgot his name. He was a content creator. He quit the game. Well, PvP. Also, he didn't really have the most friendly name, right? But yeah. What do you think about a 1v6? Is your mini good enough for that? I think so. Voltaire. My mini can use some more resources, but we play with what we got right now. I can promise to you that I'll still outperform a good amount of people, even without resources. Probably the dead weight, right? Lol. 12-inch, yeah. Yeah, in a world where you want to be a content creator, calling yourself 12-inch PvP-ness is not going to get you anywhere, right? It's like your name is already not like not friendly to crowds in a major way, right? And then add to that the fact that he was a free-to-play player, and it becomes tough. It becomes tough. It's funny when you're looking at like we'll call it the immature humor, which I like too, but when you're trying to do something in the real world with the immature humor, it's very hard for a company to say, oh yeah, we are sponsoring a guy with that name, you know, which sucks. He was a good creator. I think I liked him a lot, but he got frustrated, and rightfully so. The game was not very free to play friendly, and still isn't. I wonder where he's at. I haven't seen him in some time. I'm still subscribed to his I'm still following his Twitch. Yeah, Abby. It's been fun. We got some work to do though. 2070 got some work to do. Ivan says, like the stream if you're enjoying it. I would appreciate that very much. If you guys are enjoying the content, for you guys to do drop a like. We're 11 likes away from 100. I feel like it's a doable task to hit that 100 likes. Where's Tiny Rick? Tiny Rick, are you here? If he's here, we'll take another shot, because I feel like taking another shot. If not, we're still going to take another shot, but I'd prefer if he was here. He does IG content? Nice. He's playing Infinite Galaxy. Nice. I hope he's going good with him. What to pair YSG with? Guan, Leo, and Alex Harold? Don't necessarily have to pair YSG, which kind of sucks. Ramses. Saladin YSG full cavalry. Sounds a little weird, but not terrible. Titan of Stars is a masterpiece. Is he? I've never spoken to him. I've never spoken to him. We streamed yesterday. Pakal or CJ, which one would you say is a better investment? Absolutely Pakal. Absolutely Pakal. Well, no Tiny Rick. That's a little disappointing. I think that CJ is like a hidden gem. It's kind of like he's kind of like Leo, right? He's missing a better. One more shot in this. He's missing like a different configuration, one more commander to like switch up the configuration of commanders so that way he can shine. But I don't see him shining. I don't see him shining just yet. So yeah. That's why I would say Pakal. It's not that CJ is bad. It's just that CJ is still missing like that spark. Something is... He's literally... Leo is exactly that. Leo... Guan was better with Alex and Leo got put off to the side, and then Harold came out, and then everybody wanted Alex with Harold, and so all of a sudden they looked at Leo again, and what do you know? Leo is actually very good. Smile again, because after all the fire 6v1, I mean... We're gonna enjoy this for sure. Cheers, chat. Appreciate you all. Ugh. Blah. That thing is so nasty. Just end the bottle already. I can get me some good whiskey for a change. Best commander in Rise of Kingdoms? YSG. YSG. It's like you didn't know the answer to that, Elevate. After all the years you've been playing Rise of Kingdoms, you still don't know that answer? The likelihood of YSG losing the best commander title is slim to none. The likelihood of him losing that title forever is very low. Drink milk to have healthy bones. That comment definitely came out of nowhere. You forgot? Oh, there you go. Look at us defogging like freaking ugh. Blah. I'll check on the farms real quick. Thoughts on Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh is actually slightly disappointing. Slightly disappointing. I would have thought more of him. I think he's still going to be very useful, and I still think we're going to be seeing rallies with him, and we're going to be seeing him on the open field. But I don't see him as this overwhelming power like we thought he would be. I'm seeing a little bit... I'm slightly disappointed by what I'm seeing out of him. It's not that he's bad, but he's kind of like... the expectation from him was higher. Would you go to America? You can make... as a programmer. If I could find a job in the States that would allow me to actually stay in the States, I would fly there tomorrow. As a foreigner, as a foreign worker, you need a visa. And getting visas, H-1B visas nowadays, is not easy. Not easy at all. You're gonna need, and the company that hires you has to sponsor you, and it costs, like, the whole process costs them like 10 grand, and then they need to justify why you are a better, why bringing you into the States is better than hiring an American, and so it's not as simple. It is not as simple as it seems. Gather. No, that didn't click. It didn't. Nice. I'll take both of you too. Keep trying. I do. Your programmer skills versus the Indians. Thoughts? No comments. No comments. There's no skill involved, and the debate here is not about skill. There is no skill involved in this competition. And it's not because I'm better or worse. That's not the point. The point is that the living very good living wages in India are a quarter of what let's put it this way, where I work, an Israeli gets paid 4 times as much as an Indian programmer does. We're 4 times more expensive due to living conditions and like cost of things, right? So it's not a matter of stereotyping programming. We're talking, anyone in the industry knows that like majority of the workforce in programming nowadays comes out of India because it's cheaper. Could I program Rise of Kingdoms? I don't know what Rise of Kingdoms is written on, but yeah. It's like, once you learn the basics, the whole point of learning the basics is once you know them, you can pretty much code in almost anything. Should I bring another almost 60 million account to 401, or should I send it to another kingdom? Don't ask me. That's your decision. I got nothing to do with that decision. I got no business in that decision, my man. Do what makes you happy, that you'll enjoy playing. In a capitalistic world where end result, where the leadership of a company looks for the end result, not for what's under the hood. They want to see the car at the end and not how the engine looks like. What will you do when you retire? That's a good question. I'll tell you what, if I end up making enough money to be able to do what I want to do, you'll probably find me like living in Australia in like a beach house with a boat. Now you'd see me going out fishing, going out diving, like living the ocean life. We need to build something. All right. What about you? What about you? Yes. My CS course is based on the old C language. Yeah, that does happen. Shifter, welcome back to the Baby Geckos membership. I appreciate you very much. Get them hearts up in the air for a renewing member. Now you're a red, GG. Nice. Welcome, welcome. Bam. Get some hearts up for you too. Hell yeah. We're almost up to 80 active members again. Which is kind of cool. We haven't been there in a while. And playing Rise of Kingdoms? Maybe. What products, languages is your job based? I am currently UI. I do UI more than I do backend. I used to do backend a lot in my past. I shifted to UI. I am a React Redux developer, essentially. React. I need JavaScript. Anything in Java. JavaScript I pretty much understand. I understand JavaScript to its bones. So I do UI. I do also, because I have backend knowledge, and I also do like backend and node backend stuff, but nowadays it's a little bit more rare. It's gonna get back into action around November, where I start a new product that I'm working on for work. Another reset? No. A farm. An attempt on a farm, at least. You can see you got a few farms cooking. Get these little babies up and away and go back to the jumper real quick. Appreciate you, Shifter. Glad to have you back too. Live your dreams, bro. I'm sure Australia needs... I was like, one of these days, I need to, first of all, like, for me, the priority is always my parents first, right? So I need to make sure that they're taken care of and set and all that good stuff. And then once I know that, So my last like 6-7 years have been pretty much all about making sure that we can build their house and that they're comfortable in their retirement and whatnot. And then I can start splurging a little bit more. So I've kind of like hunkered down, knowing that I'm losing a lot of time in my life, but I have to kind of make sure that they're good. And then I can go live my life knowing that I don't need to worry about them, you know? Because if I just go out there and live my life, I know that I will be more worried about them than I will actually have fun. Hooray! Yeah. And so, yeah. Once I know that they're taken care of, or at least that I can take that next step without having to worry about them too much, then it would be much easier. I know Tech Lead. I know Tech Lead. I know Joma too. I bet that you'll ditch this farm 3 days later. It's been already 4 days, so I don't know what you're talking about. It's already been 4 days. I'm determined to make these accounts City Hall 16. Lord knows what happens after that. But then again, I've already made a couple accounts that I had into City Hall 16 and then made them to 17 too, and they're out there gathering right now. So, yeah. We good. We good. Pick those up when I need them, and that'll give us, yeah, that chest. Family comes first. Yep. Yep. I already lived parts of my life enjoying myself while knowing that my parents were not doing too good. I don't want to do that again. Once that home is built and we know that it's good, get the mortgage set up. Probably I'm trying to see how I can also yoink on my own apartment in the process. Got a little bit of a plan going on. And if everything goes well, hopefully in the next maybe 4 or 5 months, I might move into my own home, be a homeowner. And then from there, in 8 to 10 months, my parents will be homeowners too. And at that point, things are a little bit easier because I can always sell my apartment if I need to, and then use that money to cover any expenses that they have, and or use that apartment to you know, pay for itself. So yeah, things are moving. Things are moving. Nice determination. Hell yeah. And I already am planning on making potentially another 6 farms. Someone from one of the leaders from a relatively young kingdom offered some space in his main alliance to help me build farms. So I don't want to take too much of his space. But if as many spots as they have open, if I make 6 farms, I'll make 6 farms. Yeah, Shifter, I'm not too worried. But I hate that saying. It pisses me off. Everything won't be all right unless you make it all right. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people use it as like, things will sort themselves out. And I'm the kind of guy who believes that things don't sort themselves out. You sort them out. Or you help them get sorted. You don't just wait for the world to sort them for you. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Yeah, progress to junior farmer, I guess. Did the guy on the other day burn your farm too? No, he didn't get the chance to. He was aiming at me. That's how I knew. But he didn't get a chance to. I was on the farm, and I was like, if I swap accounts, if I teleport by the time that he's gonna get to me, and you guys titled him, and he's like, nope, I'm out. But he burned a couple of other farms. He keeps doing that. I see him all the time. I've burned him multiple times. He just doesn't care. Yeah, Shifter. It's why I don't like that saying. Like, majority of people who say that saying, they just think that the world will solve their problems for you. And they're just gonna sit there and everything will be all right. Nope. Let's go back. Like, look at those farms all over the place. A bunch of them were all, a few of them are also designated to 2070, but I can't get in anymore. We're gonna have like 13 farms in 401. Why did I lose my sponsorship? I really don't know. I was told we are now not renewing the sponsorship. Good luck, have fun. I wasn't given a real reason. They didn't have to give me a reason, so they didn't, which is okay. Let's see. Sec. Why are you guys coming home? I thought you guys would stay there for a little bit. Nobody really told me, fierce bang why. It just happened. You never asked for the reason? I did. Never got an answer. And then I did screw the pooch with Leo and Champions of Olympia, because when they invited us for the event that we did, like when we did ahead of time, they asked for us to record ourselves and whatnot, and then send them the footage while we were playing. Except that it was like at 6 a.m. my time, and so I rolled out of bed, got on Discord, and I just recorded my screen and not myself. I didn't see any usefulness of that footage, so I never sent it to them, and I guess they got mad. Ale is also in 2070. There is no way Ale came here. Well, isn't Ale in... How do you know? Isn't Ale's account still in, or is that Caps's account? Bye. I could have. I always said what I wanted. That's the thing that you guys don't get. I always said what I wanted. There is no restrictions. Absolutely no restrictions. Lilith, I'm not restricted. As far as I know, and as far as in my contracts, and as far as my knowledge of other people's contracts, Lilith never, ever restricted anyone from saying anything. However, I can't understand why people don't want to, you know, like, shit where they eat kind of thing. That's good to know, Sherlock. I wonder in which alliance he's in. Are you in Tintin Kingdom? No. Unless Tintin came here randomly that I don't know about. What up, Phantom? What about leaks? So, the leaks were never really leaks. The difference between myself and the rest of the creators at the time, a long time ago, how you doing, Mad? Was that I had previous experience with marketing, okay? So I understood a little bit better how to dribble information. And so from the beginning, the leaks were not 100% leaks. It was people within Lilith telling me what's coming in the future 100%, and then me discussing with them what I am going to leak and them approving it. Essentially, it was always like coordinated with them. I don't know if you guys noticed, I would leak it, 5 minutes later they would like confirm my leak. And I pushed for them to send me stuff so I can leak some dripple little things. And at the time, every single content creator complained that I was the only one getting leaks. So every single one of them. And so because to try to be fair, what Lilith did was the first KVK, they sent us like this brief, this like 15-page brief of exactly what it's going to be and all the buildings and everything and blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, we want you guys to come up with a strategy on how we can leak this information and disseminate it and all that. And then Ronnie went on to just show the whole document. And that was like, that was the point where Lilith stopped like trusting creators with information. And that's when the bird died too, right? The pigeon. My pigeon was Jetblade at the time. Jetblade used to send me stuff. And I would discuss with him how I'm going to leak it and what I'm going to leak. And he would kind of like, you know, there were things that I knew that were going to happen where that they wanted to keep in suspense. So I don't know if you remember, the first thing I ever leaked was the Ottoman Empire's skills. I don't know if any of you were here for that, but before they released these guys, I told you guys about this, and when I said that there is going to be a civilization with active skill damage 5%, nobody believed it. Everybody thought it was a joke. And then they came out and everyone's like, holy lord. I had all the skills for all of these, right? And I knew what civilizations they were and I knew everything. But I picked the Ottoman because of active skill. Because of this right here, I picked this. And in the beginning, what Jetblade wanted me to do, he wanted me to leak. He thought that it would be better to leak one of the civilizations, like what it's going to be. And I told him it makes no difference what the name of the civilization is. What matters is this is juicy. This was like new and we hadn't seen it before. So he agreed and we leaked it, right? Is it good money? I can't talk about money and contracts at all. It's not that I can't. I'm not going to do it. Believe it or not, even though I can say screw Lilith like Bye Bye Byes is saying, I still have respect for the people out there. They're putting in the work. They're trying their best. They're not necessarily succeeding their best, but they're trying. And there's good people working there, and there's good people trying, and they're finally kind of making some changes that are critical. And so I will not like do anything to cause harm to other creators, for example. And I will not do anything to like reach the point where you guys misinterpret something and then next thing you know, you put Lilith on blast for no real reason. That's how I see it, at least. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Sometimes, you know, if the problem is when you see it that way, right? A company that values its creators and values its community doesn't see a creator harping on them biting their hand, but rather making sure that they understand that their hand is getting bit and that they're putting their hands in fire. Like, unfortunately, it just worked out that way. But if you think about it, a creator that cares for the community and cares for the game should be critical of the company when it needs to be done. And it needs to be done in public so that way the credibility of the creators remains, as well as the credibility of the creators' relationship with the game creators, right? And that's why I like Infinite Galaxy. I can bash on them in videos and they're like, thank you for your feedback. It's important that you put the feedback out there in a correct manner, in a public manner, to maintain your own reputation, to maintain the reputation of our relationship, and to maintain the trust of your community in you as a creator. And that's the number one thing that Lilith screwed the pooch on, because really nobody cares or likes or believes the creators. Like, seems like you did a good job around that leaks. I did. But it would get a lot of attention on my channel and other creators got jealous. And for the record, I worked for it, right? I worked for it. I asked for it. Osiris League casts. Everybody takes these Osiris League casts for granted. What you guys don't know is that me and Jetblade sat there on voice chat for like an hour while I pitched to him why we need this, how we need to do this, why this is important for the community. Like, Lilith nowadays are like, it's important that we have on the official channel casts. No, I told you this. Like, I was the person who told you this, and I have all the proof. Like, I don't need to anything, you know? Yeah. But some people say, as you said, some people see criticism as biting the hand that feeds you. And in that scenario, it's just sad. It's sad. The credibility of your creators, of the creators that you sponsor, go out the window when they are scared of voicing an opinion because they don't want to bite the hand they feed. Yeah, Titch, that little the little pigeon. You did a great job by setting up this Cyrus League cast. At the time, you know, it was only me. For the only reason other creators are now doing it is because I got stuck at a dentist in season 2. I got stuck at the dentist. I don't know if you guys remember this, but in season 2, I was super late for one cast. And I got stuck in the dentist, and I was the only one who had the ability to cast on the Rise of Kingdoms channel. So from that point on, they're like, yeah, we're going to have a Dragothian also like lead casts so that way. That's where I see the future of this game as an esport. I agree, Adrian. That's what I told them for months and years. That's how you become a yes man. Yep. And I'm definitely not a yes man. We'll get the next Osiris League season for our RK anniversary. I don't think so. I think it'll take a little bit. I think it's going to come out like next month-ish. Maybe. First cast ever Gecko in a suit. That was hilarious. I tried elevating it a little bit because esports, like, but people got really mad. So I was like, I made a meme out of it, right? In the next stream, I took the suit off, put the hoodie on, put the cap, and that's that. I legitimately took it like as serious as possible. Suit, like everything. If you're a host, if you're a cast, like, but you guys didn't really like that. I was like, okay, cool. The problem, Adrian, is that Lilith had take way too long to act on feedback, and the number one reason Lilith and Rise of Kingdoms have, even though it's a tremendously great game, have never been able to like gander a good reputation, is because Lilith do A, okay, and they bring this new thing A. Doesn't matter what it is. And A is all full of like holes, of bad things, of whatever the heck. Instead of fixing A and making it perfect before releasing B, they continue with a roadmap and they release B. And then we get extremely mad at A. We tell them how bad A is, and then they release B. And then we tell them how terrible B is. And all of a sudden, the next update, they fix A, which we don't even care for anymore because you guys released something else that is terrible. I told Lilith, my number one feedback to them is that they must fix one thing that was bad from the last update, this update. Every single time on their bucket list, on their like the way they manage their development, they have to leave room to fix mechanics that they implemented in the last update as quickly as possible. You don't need to fix the whole thing. But if you fix only one small thing, it tells us that you're listening to the feedback and acting quick enough on it. It takes Lilith way too long to act on feedback. And the reason for that is that they, quote unquote, are data driven. And the problem is that the community, up until very recently, did not believe when I kept telling you that rioting and boycotting and all that BS doesn't work. What works is when they send that feedback survey to fill it, as many of you as possible, with as negative as you can. Why? Because that's data that they can see. Spamming customer service doesn't help. They'll just put your messages in the garbage and that's it. Doesn't help. Rioting on Facebook doesn't help. All these things, it doesn't help. What helps is literally fill the form, because that's data. And as you saw, there was a very recently like something that they wanted to do that they very quickly backed out of it because 70% of their feedback was negative. No kidding. If we would have done that every single time, then things would have been much different. But no, people prefer to cause drama and riots and pretend like, oh, we're gonna boycott spending in Rise of Kingdoms. I mean, I'm gonna stop buying, and then 2 days later Max buys the shop. I mean, seriously, nobody ever actually boycotts the game. And so that's how we ended up here. Whales will keep spending. Elevate. You have to realize one thing, and let me explain something to you. You see this? This is actually dirty. This is a Samsung S20 Plus, okay? Note. Check this out, right? I'm playing Rise of Kingdoms. Real world. Nobody cares about a mobile game as much as you like to pretend you do. Okay? The fakest thing on earth is the spenders who pretend they care for Rise of Kingdoms enough to stop spending. You literally are in this game to have fun, to enjoy yourself, and as part of that, you're spending money. If you care enough about the game, you will not care about the game. You'll quit it. Period. But you're enjoying yourself. You're having a good time. So spending will happen because that's how you have fun. More fun for the whales, at least. So it's not that you can tell the whales to stop spending. They don't care. They run multi-million-dollar businesses. They run salons, beauty salons all over Germany. They run restaurants, extremely successful restaurants. We have a guy here who is a Michelin star chef, for crying out loud. Like, we have a Paris Saint-Germain player playing in 846. The guy literally, like, kicks it with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe on the day-to-day. Do you realize that? Do you really think that the stupid little game in his mobile phone is worth the effort? He's just gonna spend money and have fun. He doesn't care. And so there is no stopping the spenders. There is no stopping the spenders. And anyone who thinks there is, it's just delusional. Mate, look, this game studies us spender to spend as much as possible. Agree. They create the need to buy. Yeah, exactly. That's what this game is. It's a pay-to-win game. And it's not that big of a pay-to-win game. Go play Lords Mobile. You'll see what's a very big pay-to-win game. That people spend $22,000 on $33,000 on 3 commanders. $11,000 per to max them. And $80,000 per set of legendary equipment. And there's like 3 of them. Whales don't outgun the free-to-play Elevate. That's where your mistake is. If enough... And I'll give you a great example, right? The Koreans are a fantastic example. You'll find Koreans with 20 million power, freaking Joan of Arc Baybars on the field. And you're going to be like, ooh, Joan of Arc, yoink! And you get a 10 for 1 kill. But guess what? There's 50 of them! So you get 10 to 1 trades on all of them, but guess what? They still killed you. And there's 50 of them and 1 of you, so eventually they will destroy you. And so the problem of free-to-play players really is that not enough free-to-play players like actually fight because they cannot sustain it long-term, and that's understandable. But again, I know I'll give you a great example. He's in this chat. DJ, are you here? DJ, are you here? I hope DJ's still here. DJ Sim is a fantastic example. He's a fantastic example. If he's here, I'll explain why. If not, I don't want to talk about him if he's not here. Just not nice. Omiark got zeroed? That sucks. He was here a little bit ago. Hopefully he's here. Titch is here. Titch is also a good example. Titch, do me a solid, if you don't mind. You mind taking screenshots of your account, of your kills, of the things you do, Just anything that you think is you're a good example too of like your kills or like your performances in KVKs. Anything that will make the case, right? Hitch is a fantastic example. I just know DJ because DJ Sim in 401 literally outkilled me in KVK. And I'm not this crazy. Whale, right? And he's a free-to-play player with T4s. He outperformed me in KVK. And he is a free-to-play player. He has fantastic gear. He has tons of farms because he needs to. And he uses his speed-ups wisely. And he fights. Like this man. All right, let me show you an example. And I hope she doesn't get mad at me. Probably will. This man literally outperformed your Garrison still. I fought on the field too, but he outfought me for sure. Like no question. He hit 30 million kills way before me. Yeah, he's open field, and that doesn't mean anything. He's still a free-to-play player. I agree that he's an open fielder, and therefore he's going to get the kills quicker, but still. Like the man got like 40 plus million kills last KVK. Free-to-play player. Ladies and gentlemen. Full infantry. Goes... You guys are all like, but infantry is slow and all that. The man's just bonkers. When's pass opening? Next week sometime. I'm gonna try to be nice and see if it works. September 15th, 12 UTC. When is that? I hope I'm still off work, or else it'll be really awkward to tell my boss that I need to take a few more days off. Oh, perfect. That's next Wednesday. Perfect. I'll be off. I'll be off for sure. I don't know a 12-inch, right? So I don't... he won a Zenith. Nice. Like, I haven't seen his, like, performance. I don't know him, you know what I mean? Like, I've watched him. Oh, that came out of nowhere. I've watched him, so I kind of know him, but I haven't seen him, you know? It's like, I've seen Titch play, I've seen DJ play. Yeah, other people are sending me pictures of them as free-to-play players. It's like, there's a lot of strong free-to-play players. Yeah, of course. We're going to stream tomorrow, too. The fight between in 235's KVK. It's going to be fun. I'm going to just spectate a KVK and drink beer and chill. Uncle B, how are you, dude? We were talking about you guys earlier. Guan Leo, Alex Harold, Charles Tamaris. Wow, okay. Saladin William, Trajan YSG. I'm a little bit like question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, WTF might, will this really work type of thing on Charles Martel Tamaris, because I kind of like that. I kind of like that, low key. I really like that. What are you running with that Charles Tamaris? Infantry? I'm going to try it too. I like it. I think it's good. What did you miss? I was saying how terrible of a player you are. Really? The bottom line out of this, what did you do? You were born. I'm kidding. No, we were talking earlier about 846. You just copied Ronnie's march? That works too, I guess. Whereas Ronnie, he hasn't streamed this KVK at all. I mean, Ronnie's been kind of down and out. Ronnie's been a little bit down and out. There comes a time, like, you can see that I've also not been, like, consistently uploading. There comes a time where, like, you need to make real life decisions that harm your ability to play, right? It's also a little bit it's hard as someone who was at the top of content creation in Rise of Kingdoms to, like, think about it. He lost his sponsorship like years before he stopped making videos. He kept grinding it, he kept doing it, but in terms of viewership, his viewership was good, but it was at a slow decrease. It was never like, it never really, like, his graphs were always like slowly downwards, and eventually just, you know, I don't know. I truly don't know. I've always speculated that Ronnie has, and this is not me calling him out, I'm speculating that Ronnie had some external sponsorship that made him continue playing, because, like, the amount of money he was spending in game and as a full-time creator, it made no sense. I think that went away sometime in the near like time, and he found himself having to find a job and life, right? That's the thing. He caught onto the algorithm. The problem was that not that he caught onto it, not catching onto it. The problem was that, if you ask me, his problem was a little bit of lack of creativity. He was a great warrior, but there is not that much fighting going on. And then there's a limit on how many, this is the murder ball of the month that you can make, right? Or these are the best cavalry marches available, bro. Nothing changed since the last one he made. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think that to an extent, he found himself having a little bit of creativity issues to come up with ideas for videos. And eventually it didn't keep working the way it was. Y'all don't realize that Ronnie was here before everyone else. Before anyone else made videos of Rise of Kingdoms, Ronnie was pulling views. When we were talking to the agency that at the beginning got all the Rise of Kingdoms creators in, like, Ronnie was confirmed 100%, like, in the sponsorship program. It was not even a question, right? Like, he was already in before all of us. All right, here's a little example for y'all. Oh, here you have some. You have some like, a couple of pieces of gear better than mine. I'm slightly envious of that helmet. Music, why you stop? Play. You actually know Ronnie from Season of Conquest? Yeah, the game, he used to make content of that before Rise of Kingdoms, which is another game of Lilith. Yeah. All right, so this is an example. It's an example of a free-to-play player. I'm gonna remove my camera for a second. Okay. Max commanders, a little bit of a mistake there, I guess. Look at that. 2 legendary accessories, epics, legendaries all over the place. For crying out loud. It's like 1.3 million dead troops, T4s, T5s, 1 billion KP, 64 million power player, 11 million deads. It's like this is an active free-to-play player. I mean, and he has a blast. He's contributed to his kingdom, to all the kingdoms. I've been with him in a kingdom. So this just goes to show that a free-to-play player can be very influential. Grab like a group of 10, 15 like Titch. It can be devastating. Max 1 is definitely the way to go. Ronnie's probably looking for a new game. Buys, let me tell you this, okay? I was the guy who played Lords Mobile and then quit Lords Mobile and stopped making content, okay? Finding a new game is ridiculously hard. We all are always looking for new games. Always, all the time, we're looking for new games. Finding a new game is extremely hard. You don't, it's very rare that a game takes off like Rise of Kingdoms did. It's very rare to have a community of viewers in games like this, right? Obviously, if you go with other games like PUBG Mobile and stuff like that, it's a little bit easier because there's much bigger viewership, but you got to grind and you got to, it's a lot of work, you know? There's no good getting new games, honestly, yeah. There you go. It's also very easy to criticize, like, or to say something was done wrong in hindsight, right? You don't know why what was done, right? Context is important, not just the end result. So in that case, Titch explained why he got to where he got. That last KVK was pretty bad for Ronnie. If you watch his stream, you could see that he was just done with it all. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. The only competition for Rise is Clash of Clans, I think. You mean a game that's been there for years now, and years and years and years and years? Yeah, I agree. And the viewership on that game is also slowly dying. Sometimes it takes luck to be a successful content creator. Believe it or not, 90% of the time, it's being in the right place in the right time, and then being able to carpe diem. 1v6, yeah. Well, 1v2, v4 technically, but yeah. Luck is an important factor everywhere. Chisco is a great example of that. Chisco is a fantastic example of that. The Chisco you see nowadays is not the Chisco you saw when he was first making content. If we see a new KVK generation without crystals, it'll be perfect. That'll never happen. You're asking Lilith to remove an avenue of income for nothing. KM, it's absolutely the other way around. A lot of mobile games are dying in console. It's absolutely the other way around. Mobile gaming is growing and increasing in outpacing both console and mobile and PC games by like miles and miles and miles. By miles. But what is a genre that is slowly fading away is this genre of like microtransactions, pay to win games. Chisco was the face of ROK way before COVID. How did I start content creation? Believe it or not, I've always wanted to make content. I started like 10 years ago. I have like multiple channels you'll never find because they're all unmuted. They're all like unviewable. But I used to make like vlogs, daily vlogs. I used to make travel vlogs. I actually sold a whole series of videos that I did with a handheld cam to the Ministry of Tourism here in Israel. I've covered like opinions on recent events, and I've done like I've used to stream on Twitch when I used to play Counter-Strike semi-competitively. Yeah, I've been doing content for a long time, but it's just been on and off. I've never been able to capture an audience. And then when I started playing Lords Mobile, I talked a lot about making content for like a year, and my alliance egged me on to doing it, and we were the #1 alliance in the game. And so when I started making content, I also was lucky enough to be friends with the Baba of Lords Mobile, who wasn't like Baba making content of his own, but rather sending me footage of his own stuff. So I got lucky enough to kind of be able to capture like my first month, like pick up like 7,000 subs, and from there it kind of snowballed up. But eventually, like, it's weird, right? Like, I've never really fully grasped just yet how to express my personality in a way that everybody will, that it'll be more entertaining, right? I'm still working on it on the day-to-day. That's the thing though, right, Adrian? KM is thinking out of his perspective. If you think about it, there are more people out there in the world with mobile devices than there are people with PCs and consoles combined. You can nowadays go buy like a cheapo depot phone for like $300, $200, and even cheaper than that, and run a decent game. Actually watched some of your Lords videos. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I went through a hell of a journey. I did. I have videos from when I was like 18, 19. I used to live in Brazil, where I did a lot of things. I've always wanted to do it, right? I've always had this passion for it, but it never really picked up to an extent. It has partially to do with the fact that I never really went all in. And I think that that's Chisco's best choice ever, when he just quit his job and he's like, I'm just going to focus my whole entire energy on being a content creator. Yeah, it's convenient to play on mobile too. You play on the bus, ride, play anywhere. Yep. Yep. I'm playing Rise of Kingdoms on a $300 phone, and it's performing pretty good. Speaking of which, Titch, this time I did forget about you. The problem with cross-platform buys is that when it comes to competitiveness, cross-platform will never work, because on a console you're gonna get aim assist, while on the PC you won't, which is kind of meh. As a pro COD player in Israel, it's so hard to do anything gaming related in here, you know. Yep. It really sucks. I remember I downloaded Rise of Kingdoms waiting to catch my flights and business trips. There you go. That's the point, right? Like, just take the phone and play. Still surprised how Chisco can put 2K a month off his channel when he's not that big. What makes him not big? Smoke turkey? Define not big. Am I maxing tech? Probably not. I'm mostly teching, not fully teching. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I don't have the resources to max tech really and go wild. What parameters are you using, Smoke Turkey, to say he's not as big? Subscriber count? I'm curious just what makes you say that. I'm not calling you out or anything. A lot of people are misunderstanding of what is really important on YouTube. Uncle B, I can tell you that he can comfortably, I'm not that I know his stats because I wouldn't know it, but based on what I know about YouTube, he can spend $2,000 a month and not care for the ROK sponsorship. I tell you that much. That's for sure. If I were to speculate, I would say Wick Gaming made a disclosure of the YouTube income. Yeah, well, he did. Heck. All the big YouTubers are sponsored. Thanks, I guess. Yeah, his live streams do well too. I wouldn't put it past a channel like Chisco, based on his activity and how his streams go and all that. I wouldn't past his channel making a good 5-6 figures a year just from the channel alone. And again, I don't know anything about his stats. Like $500 from 3 or 4 hours crafting. There you go. Oh yeah, you mean like that? Yeah, that makes sense. Those sponsorships are actually not as enticing as you think they are. They're nice. If you're a big creator, then those make money. If you're not a huge creator, then those are a little bit rough because they're based on percentages of sales. And if you have a million views a video, you'll definitely make enough sales out of plugging G Fuel compared to what you see now. Your guess is that he's making 10K a month total? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's way past that. Get to 100 mil. What up, Motive? He's way past that, Uncle B. Motive, are you ready to start clearing fog soon too, or are you guys doing Strife of 8? Cam, are you sure you want to put a heart in the chat? The last few things I've seen you say about me are not very heart related. You realize, like I've told you, I see a lot more than you think I do, right? If you don't mind, their YouTuber is gonna continue clearing fog. Well, we're definitely getting to 100 mil this time, Motive. That's for sure. Not only videos, Uncle B. You gotta take into account the fact that, for example, he has a decently active membership group. If you look at the pictures that show up on his, like, what's it called, on his boardroom thing, those are like memberships that are like, what, $50 a month, and they keep spinning, right? So keep those in mind as well. You're just doing as you're told. I love it, Motive. I love it. I love it. I love it. FTP audience can't pay your bill. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. People are looking to watch things that they enjoy, that they can't be, not like watch themselves play on your screen. That's not disrespect to you. It's just the way viewership is. It's why Baba can easily gain 40,000 subscribers just like that. And his videos, just every time he uploads one, is just crazy amounts of views because people want to see like the big spending, right? Some of the biggest videos out there are big spending videos. Oh Lord, it's been 2.5 hours. I haven't even paid attention. You guys kept the chat going today, boys. It's been fun. YouTube trick is you gotta have a good talent, clickbait titles. You gotta be able to not only clickbait titles, but good. The number one thing for the record on YouTube, there's two things that are extremely important: thumbnail, title. If you don't click on the video, then you don't watch the video. And if I can't get you to click on the video, then everything else is out the window. I'm in CD70. Motive, do you know where Ale is? I heard Ale is in 2070 too. Lord have mercy on us all. Does he? I didn't know Mokote has a channel. What do you know? Yes, you did, Motive. You played CD70 last week. You didn't play CD70 last week. You murked CD70 last week. Gotta have the clickbait titles. I know you love them, Cam. I know you love them. It's always the same old-fashioned techno music behind those spending videos. Yeah, because that's the hype music, right? It's the hype music. If people don't click on the video, then people don't watch the video. Even if it's clickbait, at the end of the day, majority of people, just the fact that you clicked on it is meaningful. That's the crazy thing. Like, people dislike videos and think they're like, oh, I dislike the video. They don't realize that the worst thing you can do is not to like or to dislike. If you dislike, it's still engagement. Both, and YouTube doesn't care if the engagement is positive or negative. Engagement is engagement. And that's what they search for. They want your videos to be as engaging as possible. YouTube's #1 goal is to keep you guys watching YouTube for as long as possible. Which bastions did we get? We got dog doo-doo. Bro, we got literal dog doo-doo. Like, there is no worse bastions than the one we got. We got the most fantastic... I mean, this is alright for archers. We got Sun Tzu's awesome city garrison skill, because I definitely am looking to get rallied. I mean, Dirty Dan wants to zero me, so I guess I need to get the skill so I'm safe from him. Healing. Baybar, Bell Sirius is at least nice. Healing. And March speed. Like, blah. You being honest on YouTube doesn't work. It's been working decently well so far. There are people out there streaming right now with 0 people watching them. It's worked pretty well so far. My problem is that I'm very bad at clickbaiting. It's like the little bit of clickbaiting that I managed to do is like a bit. It's not tasteful, we'll call it that. There's tasteful clickbaiting, and then there's just straight up clickbaiting, and I still haven't. My 2 biggest problems are the 2 most important problems. My thumbnails are not good enough, and I don't know how to title well enough, and that's primarily because I don't spend enough time on it, because I don't have the time for it. It's I know it. Yeah, Adrian, I agree. I don't like Heroic Anthem because of the skills. Because it's just like... The skills can be mega OP. The skills can be like very game changing. Very game changing. Gecko isn't the issue. Oh, I am the issue too. Like everything in the world, you gotta learn it, you gotta get better at it, you gotta practice at it, and you gotta put the time into it. I just did as I told. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Cam? Stats. Here you go. You can mix match all the skills. I'd rather not have skills. I would rather not have skills. Example of OP Bastion is our KVK, Tamaris' 4th skill. Only Tamaris removes the stack, so infinite 45% increased skill damage taken unless you have the commander that clears all buffs. See? That's a good example. You migrated to 2070. This is my jumper. This is my jumper. You can't reset it by buys. Every time you hit, and when you have that skill, it's gonna proc it again and again. There's no cooldown between them. There's a cooldown on you, but when I hit you and then Titch hits you and someone else hits you, then you have a cooldown on me, but not on his skill. This is the alt account, Lionel. Lionel. The little lion. Buys. I mean, if you want to be snarky and come up with any reason why, as like any like random like way to prove your point, then sure, you don't stay and you don't fight. Except that everybody has that skill, so you don't fight at all, right? I guess that's your way about it. I wouldn't stay the moment I see 3 stacks. No. I hope for you, you never have to find a KVK that has that bastion, because you will not fight at all. Period. Yeah, they won. They won or ended up. I think they won. Bassett's. And they went to the playoffs and then didn't make it any way through there. There's the King of 2070. There's a whole leadership. Hey, smarty pants. Nobody said it's not even. You're still taking 45% more damage. I remember I bet on them just for the name. Lol. Lol. Men's like, yeah, I'm just gonna put my hat on this name. I don't even know what they're doing. They lost against 94 in the finals. There you go. Like something like that. I knew they made it deep into the playoffs. That's right. And 94 went for Osiris finals. Somewhere like that. They made it to the finals. That's all I remember. I thought I saw them in the playoffs, but it was what, 94 NV instead? NV 94? Something like that. Sub to Ruz. Does Ruz have a YouTube channel? Does Ruz make content? I've never spoken to Ruz. I've heard of Ruz. Seems like a chill guy. Okay. DJ Shadowpain, I don't know. Damaris's 4th skill stack. I mean, if 2 marches, it won't stack above the 15, but if 2 marches hit it, they'll increase the thing quicker. It'll increase the stacks faster from 1 to 15. But it won't go to like 30 or 40 or 50, depending on how many marches hits you. That you won't get to. But if 10 marches hit you, you'll go from 0 to 10, like that. Oh, here we go. What up, Zenith? How are you? Thanks for the €2 super chats. Did I see 75's migration video? No, I did not. I did not. I know they're getting a massive migration. I know they're getting like 200 plus people. And I know that Ruz was heavily involved in there, which is exciting to see. That's all I know about that. That they got like a fairly balanced group of like 200 people, some below 65, above 65, and that they're managing their migration right now. That's all I know. Yeah, nobody cares, Shifter. And nobody cares. Why? It's like, oh, we lost our KVK because we were nice enough to let them rebuild their forts. Nobody cares at the end of the day we lost the KVK. People still migrate to 1075. Why wouldn't they? This game high or what? What the hell? I ain't waiting 45 seconds. You can kiss my butt. Shoo. Go away. I should check it out. I'll go look for it after the stream. Game's high. Like, I gotta wait a second. 2 more days until the migration closes. Cool. Hopefully they get the power, the firepower that they want, the activity that they need. They're going through the... They went through the... down and now they're on the come up. Everybody who leaves your kingdom usually is trash. So to say they took the trash out of our kingdom is pretty much what everybody says about anyone leaving their kingdom. And also, everybody who leaves a kingdom will say that the kingdom they left is trash. So it's like, that's as believable as all. You can't post links in here, Riffin. I think we've cleared this quite a bit. Let's keep going a little bit longer. Grab this. We're gonna head this way. Gotta get all the zone 5s uncovered, which I'll more than likely not get done. I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna go watch Billions because there's a new episode. I finished watching Downton Abbey. I was very sad. I watched today La Casa de Papel, or Money Heist, the last season that came out, and I was just like, bleh. Terrible, terrible, terrible way to kill that show. Now I got some Billions to enjoy. Man, I'm bummed out about Downton Abbey, though. It was such a good show. Which are Takeda's best skills? That's a very peculiar question. If you're asking if you can 555-1 him, you can. What are you trying to find specifically? 2070 has some monster players. Bowser's there now. Yeah, Bowser's here. I heard Billions' latest season was lit. It's really good. Billions, I don't think Billions ever fell off. What do you mean it was epic? You're talking about the money? Oh no. Oh no, you're one of those. Oh no. A little bit of special effects and boom, boom, bow, and the show is good. Oh no. I'm not going to spoil it, but that was terrible. Like, terrible. Terrible. We went from El Profesor that knew everything about everything and was prepared for everything and had everything figured out to this. Just depressing. Money Heist's overrated. I mean, the first season is unbelievable. The rest of it is just like, yeah, no, I don't buy it. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it, but there are like very basic... in the last episode, it confirms everything, right? You don't need to... It's not a matter of preparing like all the contingencies and whatnot. It's basically, you know, like... I don't want to spoil it, though. I did watch Breaking Bad. I did watch Hit and Run. That's also a disaster in the making, Shifter. Bro, that chase in the heart of Tel Aviv, the high-speed chase in the heart of Tel Aviv. Homie, you can barely fit a car in Tel Aviv. How on earth are you gonna make like a high-speed chase? Like you out of your mind? You can barely fit a car there. Everybody and their grandma is either on bikes or on scooters because there's no space there. You're gonna put a high-speed chase? That show is so sad. So sad. Ah, that's messed up. DJ Shadow Pain. That's messed up. Prison Break. I watched that too. The thing was the dumbest thing I've seen in my life. It was the dumbest thing I've seen in my life. I used to love Prison Break to the point where like every single one of the seasons, in my opinion, were great, except for that last one, which was Yeah, DJ Shadowpain is on another level today. Sons of Anarchy is amazing. What about Lucifer? There's a new season coming out soon. I'm dying to see it. It came out already, didn't it? Sons of Anarchy is great. It comes out on Friday, on the 10th. So in 2 days. Nice. Sons of Anarchy is fantastic. And then there's a sequel show called Mayans MC, which is really good too. I watched Fauda. Fauda was really good. It's meant to be a film, bro. You know, it's just not something like uber realistic. Yeah, but there's a limit between uber realistic and completely like out there. Peaky Blinders, Thomas Shelby is one of the better characters out there for by a mile. And if you want to watch a similar show about bootleggers during the time of Prohibition in the United States, Boardwalk Empire is sick. Such a good show. I don't remember the actor's name, but if you guys watched Armageddon, the guy that goes crazy in space, he's the main character in Boardwalk Empire, and it's really, really good. Isn't Death Note like an anime? Isn't that crazy? On the orders of the Peaky Blinders. Peaky fucking Blinders, mate. Yeah, Steve, whatever the heck, however I say his name. What if? What is what if? Hell on Wheels? I did not see that. I did not see that. I did not see that at all. Come on. It's an anime. I'm not a big anime fan. I'm not a big anime fan. I watched Dragon Ball Super. I watched obviously Avatar: The Last Airbender. Marvel, What If? My problem with Marvel is that I think you'd like Hell on Wheels. I'll check it out. Thanks for the recommendation. My problem with Marvel shows is that they are all part of the Marvel verse, and the only way for you to understand what's going on in the Marvel verse is if you watch the movies too. And I don't really like keep up with the movies. Like, I've not watched even Endgame, like with whatever the heck Thanos, and I did not watch it. I just cannot care for it, to be honest with you. And so I tried watching Loki. I tried watching like Justice League, I think they're called, or Justice, the guys, the family that are like superheroes. And there's a couple of other looking really good shows coming out of Marvel, but you got to know like the universe of Marvel and what the heck, who is who and what's what, and the relationship between them. And it's just, that's the biggest mistake Marvel make, though, is that for you to get into the Marvel world, you have to go like the beginning and start watching it all. And it's just not for me. I'm way behind on it. I don't plan on getting back to it. Barry. Ooh, Hell on Wheels looks nice. Check it out. Avatar is not an anime. It definitely is. Pretty good in Funny Berry. Check it out too. Cool. I'm watching The Office again. The Office is always good to watch. Anime equals Japanese. Avatar is Chinese. I guess. As far as I'm concerned, if it's drawn as animation. Anime. I don't want to offend anyone. There's people who'd chop my head off for saying that. The Office is good culture. I watched Succession, Uncle B. One of my favorite soundtracks ever. And Succession is one of those shows that takes care of like the extreme details. I always say this. There's a reason why I like it so much is because they like pay attention to the extreme details. I've mentioned this on stream before. Like, if you take a look, people who fly choppers, like consistently rich people whose main transportation is choppers, they don't duck every time they get in and out of the chopper because they're already used to it. Normal people usually duck out because they're scared of the propellers, even though technically speaking, you're not going to get hit by them unless you, of course, do something really dumb. But in Succession, they like pay attention to the very fine details of being rich, and they use the music. The soundtrack of it is truly more. It's a masterpiece for what they do. It's well written. I agree. I'm waiting for Succession to come back. Succession's really good. All right, boys and girls, it's been about 3 hours. We've been chilling here, but I'm actually low key. I ate dinner and I'm hungry. And so I might go make me like a bowl of cereal for like after dinner snack and watch Billions. You guys got me wanting to watch Billions. We defogged a boatload of the map, which is a good thing considering I hate defogging. Got a bunch of stuff done. We got a little bit of tech still to push, but I'm in no hurry, too much of a hurry. Just got to make sure that while I sleep, this keeps working. By the way, for the record, we will be crafting before this KVK begins, right? We're going to get an accessory, not that it matters, but at least we're going to get some materials out of that. And from what I see, we will be making a Shio's Return. I know you guys are going to be like, but that sucks. But it's the blueprints we have, and it's the blueprints we got to work with, and we got to do what we got to do for this KVK. We're going to make this as well, the Eternal Night. And then we are also going to make a door. And probably there was something else on my list. 1, 2, oh, and a Hope Cloak. So we're going to use this to make a Hope Cloak. And then we're going to use a weapon. Thanks, Gabe. 401 is dead indeed. I agree. That Scout Outer Return community feedback. I think so. I would say yes. That makes sense. 12:23 UTC. Okay. I will more than likely be there. Like 90% I'll be there, Titch. It's like 3:23 p.m. my time. So unless I stay up all night and don't wake up, I should be there. Yeah, I'll make a Hope Cloak, I'll make a Shio's, I'll make an Eternal Night, and I'll make a door. And the main reason for that is primarily the fact that I don't have the blueprints available. And I do see value in a Shio's and in an Eternal Night nonetheless, even if in the future I will replace them with other equipment and they can go for Garrison or whatever the heck it is. But I kind of need to get a little bit of more firepower on the infantry department, and so we're going to do that. I'm just going to pretty much go for the legendaries instead of and special talent, all the epics that we have, as many of the epics as we have, essentially. I was really hoping to get a couple of extra epics in the process too, but unless we get like a couple of material events coming up in the very near future, even if I end up buying like geared up every day, it's not going to be enough. So we'll have to see what's going to happen. I do want to legendary up a bit more, and then when we are done with this KVK, start working on like the filler equipment that I'm missing, some epics that I'm missing, some accessories that I'm missing, and all that stuff. But it's kind of hard to focus on epics, which is what I should do when I need when I'm looking to fire on all cylinders and a couple of good marches, right? So Mikhail Harold will probably have, until we get that, we're gonna have one Alex with good equipment, and then Charles Harold with lesser good equipment, Atel Takeda with good equipment, and well, it could be better, right? But with good equipment, and then Saladin William with lesser equipment, and then as time goes by, we will try to sort them all out together. But I gotta keep going in this direction now, so we can get to this zone 5, and then we see what happens from there. Oh my goodness gracious, where are you headed? Anyway, chat, I appreciate it. You drop a like on the stream, subscribe down below. We won't be able to tell. Yeah, most likely gonna last. Nice. Tomorrow we will be spectating a stream together, a KVK together. Probably Chisco will be streaming his point of view, and I'll be streaming another point of view. That's gonna be a fun one to check out, to chill. We're gonna sit here on the afternoon and watch KVK together, which is gonna be fun. Analyze a little bit of the KVK while we're at it. For now, again, appreciate everyone who dropped a like on the video, on the stream. Subscribe down below. Shout out to our super chatters. Biggest D of the day goes to Tiny Rick, which is actually kind of hilarious. Chat, take care. Have a great rest of your day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is, near wherever you are. Peace. See ya. Bye.